May 14th, 1948 was a pivotal day in human history. On that beautiful afternoon, David Ben-Gurion rushed down Rothschild Boulevard in Tel Aviv at the Art Museum in front of Jewish leaders and press representatives from all around the world. He came out of his vehicle, stepped on the podium, and read these words, and I quote, "This right is the natural right of the Jewish people to be masters of their own fate, like all other nations and in their own sovereign state. Accordingly, we are here assembled, and by virtue of our natural and historic right, and on the strength of the resolution of the United Nations General Assembly, hereby declare the establishment of a Jewish state in Eretz Israel, to be known as the State of Israel." 6,000 miles away, President Truman sat in the Oval Office reading a statement. He signed his approval and noted the time, 6:10 p.m. 1 minute later, the White House press secretary read the release to the whole world. The United States had officially recognized the birth of the modern state of Israel. In the past several decades, this tiny nation has become the geopolitical center of the world. It almost seems like the whole world revolves around this tiny nation, mentioned on the news more than any other country. Why is this the case? To understand why, we must understand what happened in 1948, what is happening in Israel today, and how these events affect the world. And to find out, we don't look at the news. Instead, we look at the Bible for answers. My name is Oliver, and welcome to Hard Questions Podcast. The story of Israel begins in the book of Genesis when God made a binding covenant with a man by the name Abraham, who was to become the father of the Jewish nation. The provisions of this covenant are mentioned in Genesis chapter 12 from 1 to 3. Now the Lord had said to Abraham, "Get out of your country, from your family, and from your father's house, to a land that I will show you. I will make you a great nation, and I will bless you and make your name great, and you shall be a blessing. I will bless those who bless you, and I will curse him who curses you, and in you all the families of the earth shall be blessed." So this is where the nation of Israel came from. God chose a man. God did not choose Abraham because he was perfect. If anything, he didn't qualify. First of all, he was old, did not have a child, and came from a paganistic background. But God still chose him. And the nation of Israel is the most important nation today in prophecy. What happened in 1948 was actually a fulfillment of prophecy. Because remember, prior to 1948, the Jewish people were displaced many times, but in accordance with the prophecy, they were to come back. And I'm going to show you, if you read the Bible in Ezekiel chapter 36, verse 24, "For I will take you out of the nations. I will gather you from all the countries." Because remember, they were displaced in many countries, "and I will bring you back into your own land." This happened in 1948. And so what happened in 1948 when the nation of Israel became a state, this was the closest sign we have for the coming of the Lord, according to the Bible. And I want to show you this. Matthew 24 from 30 to 34. "Then will appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. And then all the peoples of the earth will mourn when they see the Son of Man coming on the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. And he will send his angels with a loud trumpet call, and they will gather his elect from the four winds, from one end of the heavens to the other. Now learn this lesson from the fig tree." The fig tree here refers to the nation of Israel. "As soon as its twigs get tender and its leaves come out." It's telling you that as soon as you notice or you see that the nation of Israel has become tender, very vulnerable, they're surrounded by enemies, they have a golden dome to protect them, calling on the United States for help. He said, as soon as its twigs get tender and its leaves come out, you know that summer is near. You know that the end is near. Even so, when you see all of these things and you know that it is near, right at the door, truly I tell you, this generation will certainly not pass away until these things have happened. It's telling you that this generation, from 1948, when Israel becomes a nation and they're very vulnerable, surrounded by many enemies who want to destroy it, he said, this generation shall not pass. So what happened in 1948 is a sign that the Lord Jesus is coming very soon. Very important. And remember, Jesus was a Jew, but he was rejected by the Jews. And so he had to leave them. God's calendar moved from dealing with the Jewish people to dealing with the Gentiles. The Gentiles received him. The church age began. But the church age is not forever. At some point very soon, the church age will come to a close. And when the church age comes to a close, the rapture of the church must take place according to Daniel's 70 weeks prophecy. Okay? The church age comes to a close, the rapture of the church takes place, and then God's calendar goes back to the Jewish people, because according to Daniel's prophecy, they still have a 7-year period. But that 7-year period will be a time of great tribulation according to the Bible. Right? So you don't want to be there. So make up your mind that you're going to live for the Lord. The idea is not to make you conscious of the day and time. You're trying to figure out, oh, when is the Lord coming soon? What date it is? To be very honest, the date does not really matter. What matters is for you to live your life for the Lord. What matters is for you to receive His salvation, which is a free gift available for every single person in the world. That is the most important thing right now. But what happened in 1948 is a sign that the Lord is coming back very, very soon. The nation of Israel is tender as we speak right now. And according to Matthew 24, this is the sign. He said, even so, when you see these things, you know that the end is near, right at the door. Right? So be conscious of the return of the coming of the Lord. He said, truly, I tell you, this generation certainly will not pass until all of these things have happened. So one day very soon, according to scriptures and according to prophecy, the Lord will return. So it's very important for you to live your life for Him and receive Him if you haven't. Thank you very much. My name is Oliver. This is Hard Questions Podcast, and God bless you. All right. So if you enjoyed that video, please make sure to subscribe. This is part of my series on end time prophecy and, eschatology. So if you love the subject, make sure to subscribe. The whole goal is for me to summarize and to help you understand end time prophecy, which is very difficult for people to understand, But if you enjoy this, make sure you subscribe and share the video. Thank you, and God bless you.